Hi guys, my name is Nandu Jain. Today I would like to talk about various Excel functions that help perform mathematical, statistical and logical operations. First, I will give you a brief idea on what are the different MS Excel functions and how we can implement on that. First, on the introduction part, Microsoft Excel has many capabilities that make it suitable for use as a data management tool. It provides multiple features for organizing and managing data. So you can ensure that data is entered correctly and calculations and formulations are valid. Excel make use of formulas, mathematical expressions that you create and function mathematical expressions that are already available in Excel to dynamically calculate the result from the data available in your worksheet. Let's talk about functions. Functions in Excel is a preset formula that helps perform mathematical, statistical, and logical operations. Once you are familiar with the function you want to use, all you have to do is to enter an equal sign in the cell, followed by the name of the function and the cell range it applies to. Functions differ from regular formulas in that after the equal sign you supply the cell address, but not the arithmetic operators. Functions perform calculations by using specific values called arguments in a particular order called syntax. When using a function, remember the following. These are the few things that you need to remember while using a function. Use an equal sign to begin the function. Specify the function name. Enclose all of the function arguments with parentheses. Use a comma to separate this function using these functions individual arguments. Next, we are listing some of the Excel functions. First one is if. Second one is sum if, count ifs, trim, and concatenate. The first function is if functions. Let's talk about how these if functions can be implemented in Excel. The if function is extremely useful. This function means we can automate decision making in our spreadsheets. If we could get Excel to perform a different calculations or display a different value depending on the outcome of a logical test. The if asks you the logical test to perform, what action to take if the test is true, and the alternative action if the result of the test is false. Its condition is if logical test, value if true, comma value if false. Let's perform some operations with if functions. Let's perform an operations with these if functions. Here we are having a data set budget with category, subcategory, product name here, grand total, and there is a profit and loss where the values are blank. So we need to fill that. If the grand total is greater than 40,000, then it is profit. If the grand total is less than 40,000, then it is a loss. So we need to set a condition equal to if in the bracket the column is F3. So F3 greater than 40,000, then it is profit, else it is loss. So here it is less than 40,000, so it shows loss. So in order to apply to all these, then we need to click over here and drag. So it is less than 40,000, so it is loss. It is greater than 40,000, so it is profit. Less than 40,000 loss, and similarly the all operations are applied. Secondly, we can talk about the SUMIF functions. SUMIF is one of the most useful Excel functions. It sums values that meet specified criteria. Excel also has a function named SUMIF which does the same task except it can only test one condition. while SUMIF can test meaning. So you can essentially ignore SUMIF as SUMIF is a superior function. The function asks you for the range of values to sum, and in each range to test and what criteria to test it for. The, the formula is SUMIFs in the bracket sum range criteria range 1 and criteria 1, like that. Now we can perform an operation with the SUMIF function. Now let's talk about the SUMIF function. Suppose if we need to find each accessories total profit, total grand total, and each inventories grand total, then we can use the SUMIF functions. For that, I create a separate column, and here I type equal to sum. You can select SUMIFs. Then the sum range. Sum range means we can select the grand total F3 to F10. Then comma criteria range. Criteria range you can select the category, comma. Then we can select which thing, that is accessories. Accessories, comma. Next we can select the inventories. Inventories. Then include. Then we can click on enter. Now we get the total of all the accessories, grand total of all the accessories. This means which will add accessories 36,000, 38,000, 6,000, 2 lakh 21,000, and this 39,000, and this total will be shown here. This is the use of SUMIF function. Next one is the COUNTIF function. The COUNTIF function is another mega function for Excel data analysis. The COUNTIF functions will count the number of values that meet specific criteria. It therefore does not require a sum range like SUMIFs. Equation is COUNTIFs criteria range 1, criteria 1, and so on. Let's perform an operations with COUNTIF function. Now let's perform an operations with the COUNTIF function. So for that here we create two columns, count inventories and count accessories. So the main objective is that we need to get how many accessories are here and how many inventories are here. So for that, in the count inventory sections we can write equal to count ifs. So we click this function, from we can select the criteria range from A3 to A10. So it will show A3 to A10. Then we need to type what we are going to search. For that, we can click here inventories. Now shows 3, which means 1, 2, 3. There are 3 inventories. Then in the count accessory sections, you can write equal to count ifs criteria range that we can select from here to here, comma, here we can select the accessories equal to accessories. Here it shows 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here in this way we can use the count function. Thank you. Next let's talk about the trim function. These brilliant functions will remove all spaces from a cell except the single space between brackets. The most common use of this function is to remove trailing spaces. This commonly occurs when content is pasted from somewhere else or when users accidentally type spaces at the end of the text. The trim functions will prompt you for the text to remove spaces from. This is the equation trim test. Let's perform an operation with the trim function. Now let's perform an operation on how to use the trim function. Here we can see there are certain spaces which is in the product name. So we need to replace the spaces and we need to make it an order. So in order to do that, we can use the trim functions. For that, we can create a new column. I will type the name as product name. Product name. See. So here we can use the function trim. Then we can select what we need to trim. So I select the column C3. Okay. So here you can see that these spaces before this edge has been replaced. So in order to apply to all these cells, we can drag like this. So here we can see the data has been arranged in a well manner. So this is the use of trim function. Now let's talk about another function named concatenate. The concatenate function combines a value from multiple cells into one. This is useful for piecing together the different parts of the text such as someone's name, an address, a reference number, or a file, or a path, or URL. It prompts you for the different values to use. The equation is concatenate test1, test2, test3, etc. Let's perform an operation with concatenate function. Now let's perform an operation with this concatenate function. Here we are having two columns, subcategory and product name. Suppose we need to connect these two columns name into a single column, then we can use a concatenate function. The output will be bike rack space hrack for bike. I will demonstrate it. Equal to concatenate. Then we need to select text. This one, comma. The second text. This one. Then it will show bike rack space hitchhike for bike. Then we can apply these to alter like this. So this will concatenate these two columns, bike racks and hitch racks. In this way we can use this concatenate function. So as a conclusion, today we have learned what is an Excel function, what are the different functions, how to perform operations with these functions. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you.